and we really want to give our electric customers a modern experience. So we rolled out those new standards to all of our dealers. They have the choice to enroll or not to enroll to sell our electric vehicles.
Ford has just dropped a bombshell on the car market and shocked everyone. From a legacy of innovation to a mountain of unsold inventory, this announcement is signaling a crisis bigger than anyone expected. With dealerships scrambling for answers and consumers left questioning their choices, this is a turning point like no other. Ford was once the pride of American innovation, but now it's fighting for survival. But what led to this shocking announcement, and why are dealerships and buyers panicking? How did Ford go from dominating the market to the current situation? What exactly did Ford do? And most importantly, how will this impact you and the price of your car? What's happening? For decades, Ford stood as a titan of the automotive world, but today, that legacy is starting to crack. Over the past year, Ford has faced setback after setback. Layoffs have shaken its workforce, production shutdowns have stalled its assembly lines, and now, an even more alarming problem has surfaced. Their dealerships are overflowing with unsold vehicles. Rows of shiny F-150s, Broncos, and Rangers are gathering dust on lots across the country. Dealerships are so overwhelmed that some have resorted to parking vehicles in grassy fields just to make space. And while other brands have already cleared out their older models, Ford's lots are still stocked with thousands of unsold 2023 vehicles, a glaring issue as 2025 models roll out. What happened to the Ford that once dominated the market? How did they go from being America's favorite car company to one struggling to keep up with demand? The EV gamble. A big part of Ford's struggles can be traced back to their ambitious push into electric vehicles. On paper, it seemed like the perfect plan. The world was moving toward electrification, and Ford wanted to lead the charge. Models like the F-150 Lightning promised to combine Ford's legacy of rugged reliability with cutting-edge EV technology. But the reality has been far from smooth. In 2023, the F-150 Lightning was the top-selling electric truck, but Ford overestimated just how quickly the market would grow. With a nearly $90,000 price tag, the Lightning was out of reach for many buyers. As sales slowed, Ford was forced to halt production entirely, leaving dealerships with unsold stock they couldn't move. The numbers tell the story. In the first 9 months of 2024, Ford's EV division, Model E, reported a staggering $3.7 billion in losses, an average of $37,000 lost per EV sold. While Tesla managed to thrive in the EV space, Ford's aggressive pricing strategy backfired, pushing potential buyers toward more affordable options. This isn't just a Ford problem, it's an industry-wide issue. But for a company trying to redefine itself in the age of electrification, the stakes couldn't be higher. The ripple effect of Ford's struggles aren't just an internal problem, they're starting to affect consumers directly. The once sky-high demand for vehicles like the Bronco and Maverick has cooled, and prices are now fluctuating wildly. For buyers, this creates confusion and hesitation. Is now the time to buy, or will prices drop further? Additionally, Ford's pricing strategy for its 2025 models is raising eyebrows. Despite overflowing lots and sluggish sales, Ford plans to raise MSRPs for many of its vehicles. This move has sparked frustration among both dealers and customers, many of whom feel the pricing doesn't reflect the current market reality. The uncertainty is palpable for buyers who once saw Ford as a trusted name in American manufacturing. The company's recent missteps are cause for concern. What does this mean for the future of Ford and the vehicles you drive? The dealer dilemma. The fallout from Ford's decisions is being felt most acutely by its dealerships. Traditionally, dealerships have been Ford's direct connection to buyers, playing a critical role in the company's success by acting as both sales hubs and brand ambassadors. But now, that one strong relationship is under significant strain. Dealerships across the country are grappling with a logistical nightmare. The overflow of unsold inventory, especially from the 2023 and 2024 model years, has forced them to slash prices just to make room. Discounts of $10,000 or more on Ford F-150s, along with substantial incentives on models like the Bronco and Maverick, are becoming the norm. Despite these aggressive pricing efforts, vehicles remain unsold, leaving dealership lots overcrowded and dealer finances stretched thin. Many dealers are beginning to lose faith in Ford's ability to manage inventory effectively and deliver the products that today's consumers actually want. AutoNation, one of the largest dealership groups in the United States, recently sold 5 Ford franchises, citing underperformance. This move is not only a troubling sign for Ford, but also a stark reminder of the critical role dealerships play in the automaker's ecosystem. Dealerships are more than just sales outlets. they represent Ford in communities across the country, serving as the brand's primary point of contact with consumers. Losing dealership support not only limits Ford's ability to sell vehicles, but also weakens the trust and visibility that these locations provide. If more dealerships follow AutoNation's lead, Ford could face a significant reduction in its footprint, making it harder to compete in an already challenging market. Without a robust dealer network, Ford risks losing its connection to consumers, a vital link that no automaker can afford to sever. Rebuilding these relationships and addressing dealer concerns will be crucial if Ford hopes to navigate its current crisis. Pricing gone wrong. Ford's pricing strategy has become one of its most glaring missteps in recent years, alienating both consumers and dealers alike. During the height of the pandemic, when supply chain issues created shortages, automakers, including Ford, adopted aggressive pricing tactics. Markups and additional dealer fees became the norm as demand outstripped supply, and consumers were often forced to pay well above the suggested manufacturer's retail price. Ford capitalized on this moment, especially with high-demand models like the Ford Bronco and Ford Maverick, which often sold at premium prices. However, the automotive market is no longer in that same state of desperation. Supply chains have largely stabilized, and production has ramped up across the industry. Yet Ford's decision to maintain inflated pricing for its 2025 lineup has puzzled many. Take the iconic Ford F-150, for instance. This truck, long considered a staple of the American automotive landscape, has seen discounts of up to $10,000 just to move older models off dealership lots. Yet Ford has announced price hikes for the newest versions. Even the Bronco, which once commanded steep premiums due to its scarcity, now finds itself collecting dust on lots across the nation. This disconnect between pricing strategy and market demand is not merely a lapse in judgment, it highlights a deeper issue within Ford's leadership. While raising prices might seem like a way to recoup losses, it does little to address the root of the problem: consumer hesitation and affordability concerns. The strategy risks alienating buyers at a time when rising interest rates are already making monthly payments on auto loans more expensive. Leadership missteps. Ford's leadership, while historically lauded for its innovation and bold moves, now finds itself at the center of scrutiny. The decisions made at the top levels of the company have created ripple effects felt throughout its operations, from production lines to dealership floors. One of the most contentious issues has been Ford's internal debate over its future direction. Should the company focus on its traditional strengths, such as gasoline-powered trucks and SUVs, or dive headfirst into the electric vehicle market? This conflict has resulted in a lack of cohesive vision, with resources stretched thin between these competing priorities. For example, Ford's aggressive push into electrification has required massive investments. Billions of dollars poured into research, development, and production facilities. This would have been a bold and forward-thinking move if executed with precision. However, these investments came at the expense of updating and refining its gasoline-powered lineup, which still represents the majority of its sales. The result is a lineup that feels disjointed, with neither segment, electric nor traditional, receiving the full attention it deserves. Further compounding the issue is a series of public statements from Ford's leadership that have only added to the confusion. The announcement of price increases for the 2025 lineup, despite overflowing inventory and slowing sales, has left many questioning the company's grasp on market realities. Dealers, consumers, and even investors are left wondering, is Ford truly aligned with the needs of its market? Electric vehicle market realities. Ford's entry into the electric vehicle market was initially met with great enthusiasm. The company's electrified version of its flagship Ford F-150, the Lightning, was touted as a game changer, combining the rugged reliability of a traditional pickup truck with the environmental benefits of an electric vehicle seemed like a winning formula. Early sales figures for the Lightning were promising, with it briefly holding the title of the top-selling electric truck. However, the momentum quickly waned. The high sticker price, nearly $90,000 for many configurations, was a significant barrier for buyers. Even though the truck boasted impressive features, including a powerful electric motor and advanced technology, consumers struggled to justify the cost. Many potential buyers began comparing it to Tesla's offerings, which, while not directly comparable in functionality, offered more perceived value in terms of range and innovation. Ford also faced challenges that were outside of its control, but nonetheless exacerbated the situation. The infrastructure for electric vehicles in the United States remains underdeveloped. Charging stations are not yet as widespread as traditional fuel stations, and long charging times can deter potential buyers. These factors, coupled with range anxiety, made it harder for Ford to convince traditional truck buyers to make the leap to electrification. Ford's financial losses in its electric vehicle division underscore the severity of the issue. Losing an average of $37,500 for each electric vehicle sold is not a sustainable model. This begs the question, was Ford too eager to compete with Tesla and others, prioritizing speed over strategy? The competition. Ford is not the only automaker grappling with these challenges, but the performance of its competitors paints a stark contrast. Companies like Chevrolet and Ram have demonstrated a more measured approach, managing to adapt to the evolving market while avoiding some of Ford's pitfalls. Chevrolet, for instance, has already shifted a significant portion of its inventory to its 2025 models, while older models have nearly disappeared from dealership lots. This proactive inventory management has allowed Chevrolet to maintain steady sales while keeping dealers satisfied. The company's approach to electric vehicles has also been more incremental, avoiding the large-scale losses that have plagued Ford. Ram, though not without its challenges, has also managed to outperform Ford in key areas. With only 2% of its inventory consisting of 2023 models, Ram's ability to clear older stock highlights a strategy that is in tune with market demand. This focus on streamlining inventory not only boosts dealer confidence, but also prevents the kind of discount-driven losses that Ford is currently experiencing. Tesla, meanwhile, remains the benchmark in the electric vehicle market. Its streamlined production processes, innovative designs, and relatively competitive pricing have made it a dominant force. Unlike Ford, Tesla has been able to maintain profitability in the electric vehicle space, further emphasizing the gap between the two companies. The success of these competitors underscores the importance of adaptability and strategic foresight, qualities that Ford must urgently embrace if it hopes to regain its footing in the market. Dealership strain. Ford's dealerships are facing a crisis unlike any in recent memory. Traditionally, these dealerships have served as the backbone of Ford's sales network, providing a direct link between the company and its customers. However, the current state of affairs has put immense pressure on these local businesses. Overflowing lots filled with unsold vehicles are not just an eyesore, they represent a significant financial burden. Dealerships are responsible for maintaining these vehicles, from basic upkeep to storage logistics. With inventory piling up faster than it can be sold, many dealers are being forced to offer steep discounts just to move stock. Incentives like zero-interest financing and cashback offers, while enticing to buyers, eat into dealership profits and strain their relationships with Ford. The recent decision by AutoNation to sell 5 underperforming Ford franchises is a wake-up call. AutoNation is one of the largest dealership groups in the country, and its decision to offload Ford locations signals a lack of confidence in the brand's ability to deliver results. This move could set a precedent, encouraging other dealerships to reevaluate their partnerships with Ford. The loss of dealership support would be devastating for Ford. These locations are more than just points of sale. They are essential for building brand loyalty and maintaining customer relationships. Without a robust network of dealerships, Ford risks losing its connection to the very market it aims to serve. Consumer hesitation. For the average car buyer, Ford's current situation raises serious questions. Vehicles that were once considered highly desirable, like the Bronco and Maverick, are now sitting unsold on dealership lots. Discounts and incentives might make these models more attractive, but they also create uncertainty. Are these discounts a sign of great deals, or a reflection of deeper issues within the company's strategy and overall health? Many consumers are hesitant to commit, worried that further discounts could be just around the corner, or that the vehicles themselves may lack long-term value. The announcement of price hikes for the 2025 lineup has only added to the confusion. With interest rates rising and inflation eating into household budgets, consumers are more cautious than ever about making big purchases. A vehicle is often the second largest investment a person makes after their home, and buyers need to feel confident in their decision. Ford's recent moves, however, have left many feeling uneasy and questioning whether now is the right time to buy. Another factor contributing to hesitation is Ford's reputation for recalls. From transmission issues to electrical problems, the company has faced a series of quality control challenges over the years. These recalls, while typically addressed promptly, create lingering doubts about reliability, an essential factor for consumers considering a Ford purchase. When buyers are spending tens of thousands of dollars on a new vehicle, even a hint of unreliability can be a deal breaker. At its core, Ford's challenges reflect a company at a crossroads, struggling to reconcile its historic identity with the demands of a modern, rapidly evolving market. The decisions made now will determine not only its future, but also its ability to remain a trusted name in the automotive industry. Will Ford rise to the occasion, learn from its missteps, and adapt to shifting consumer demands? Or will it continue to lose ground to more agile competitors who have already captured the trust and attention of today's buyers? Only time will tell, but for now, the road ahead looks uncertain and fraught with challenges that demand urgent and thoughtful solutions. Industry-wide challenges. Ford's struggles, while pronounced, are far from unique in today's volatile automotive landscape. Across the board, automakers are grappling with seismic shifts in the market. Rising production costs, fueled by global inflation and supply chain challenges, are squeezing profit margins for legacy brands and newcomers alike. Add to this the industry's aggressive pivot to electric vehicles, and the pressure becomes even greater. For years, the push toward electrification was heralded as the future of the auto industry, with promises of lower emissions, reduced dependence on fossil fuels, and groundbreaking technology. However, the reality has been more complex. The electric vehicle market is expanding, but not as rapidly as many automakers, including Ford, had anticipated. Limited charging infrastructure, battery costs, and consumer hesitation have created a bottleneck, slowing the adoption curve. This has led to overproduction in many segments, leaving dealerships with surplus inventory. Ford's challenges with unsold electric vehicles and gasoline-powered models alike are emblematic of a larger industry problem. Automakers are stuck in a precarious balancing act, managing the decline of traditional combustion engine sales while ramping up electric vehicle production without overwhelming a market that isn't yet ready for mass adoption. The result is a growing divide between consumer expectations and manufacturer strategies. Buyers are looking for value, practicality, and reliability, qualities that aren't always guaranteed in the current crop of electric vehicles, especially those priced at a premium. Meanwhile, automakers are investing billions into technologies that may take years to yield returns. Shifting consumer preferences. One of the underlying drivers of Ford's challenges is the rapid evolution of consumer preferences. Buyers today are looking for more than just a vehicle. They want an experience that aligns with their values, lifestyle, and budget. For many, this means prioritizing features like fuel efficiency, advanced technology, and environmental sustainability. Additionally, consumers now seek vehicles that integrate seamlessly into their connected lifestyles, with intuitive infotainment systems, smart safety features, and innovative designs that reflect modern trends. While Ford has made strides in some of these areas, particularly with its electric vehicle lineup, the company has struggled to fully meet the expectations of modern buyers. High prices, coupled with limited charging infrastructure, range anxiety, and concerns about long-term maintenance costs have made electric vehicles a tough sell for many consumers. At the same time, the company's traditional gasoline-powered models, while reliable and often iconic, lack the cutting-edge features and aesthetic appeal that buyers have come to expect from forward-thinking competitors. This shift in consumer preferences is not limited to electric vehicles. Across the board, buyers are demanding more value for their money. They want vehicles that offer a seamless blend of performance, technology, affordability, and sustainability, without compromises. For Ford, meeting these expectations requires a fundamental rethinking of its approach to product development, pricing, and even its marketing strategy to recapture its connection with modern, discerning buyers. Future outlook. As Ford navigates this challenging period, the stakes could not be higher. The decisions made in the coming months will determine whether the company can regain its footing or continue to lose ground to competitors. For consumers, dealers, and the broader industry, the implications of these decisions are profound. Ford has the resources and legacy to stage a comeback, but doing so will require a bold and strategic vision, whether it's refining its electric vehicle strategy, rebuilding trust with dealerships, or addressing quality concerns. The path forward is clear, but not without challenges. The broader question is whether Ford's struggles are indicative of a larger industry trend. Are traditional automakers, with their decades of experience and established infrastructures, too slow to adapt to the rapidly changing market? Or is this merely a period of growing pains as the industry transitions to a new era of electrification and sustainability? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the automotive landscape is shifting, and companies like Ford must evolve to stay relevant. A strategy shift? shift? Ford finds itself at a pivotal moment, one where survival hinges on the ability to adapt and evolve in a rapidly changing market. The first step in moving forward is recognizing that the old playbook, which relied on high demand and inflated pricing strategies, no longer works in today's consumer-driven landscape. The automotive giant must focus on aligning its pricing strategy with market realities. For years, inflated manufacturer-suggested retail prices and markups may have worked in a seller's market fueled by shortages and pandemic-era disruptions, but those days are over. Ford's vehicles need to reflect both consumer expectations for value and the economic conditions facing buyers today. Reevaluating the balance between electric and traditional vehicles is equally critical. While Ford's electric vehicle ambitions are forward-thinking and admirable, the company must confront the reality that the market isn't yet ready for a full-scale shift to electrification. High production costs, limited charging infrastructure, and a wary consumer base mean the transition to electric vehicles must be gradual and carefully managed. By scaling back electric vehicle production to better align with actual demand, Ford can avoid the inventory nightmares that have left dealerships overwhelmed and consumers confused. At the same time, Ford should reinvest in its traditional lineup of gasoline-powered trucks and SUVs, which remain a cornerstone of its brand identity. Enhancing the efficiency, quality, and affordability of these vehicles will not only strengthen Ford's current market position, but also serve as a bridge to a more sustainable future. By striking this delicate balance, Ford can preserve its legacy while building the foundation for long-term growth and innovation in a dynamic automotive landscape. Rebuilding dealer relationships. Dealerships are the backbone of Ford's sales strategy, but strained relationships with dealers could spell trouble if left unaddressed. To regain their trust, Ford must provide dealers with better tools to manage inventory, offer more competitive incentives, and introduce flexible programs tailored to individual dealership needs. Transparent communication about pricing strategies, production schedules, and support programs will be essential to repairing the damage done by recent missteps and fostering a renewed sense of partnership. In addition, Ford must help dealerships navigate the transition to electric vehicles. Dealers are not just sales agents, they are the face of the brand in communities across the country. Providing them with the training, resources, and support they need to sell electric vehicles effectively will be key to building consumer confidence. Ford should also consider creating consumer-facing campaigns in partnership with dealerships to educate buyers on the benefits and practicality of electric vehicles. By empowering its dealer network, Ford can turn this challenge into an opportunity for growth and collaboration, strengthening its position in the evolving automotive market. Reconnecting with consumers. For decades, Ford was a symbol of reliability and American craftsmanship. To rebuild that reputation, the company needs to reconnect with its core audience. This begins with addressing quality concerns and ensuring that recalls are minimized. Buyers need to feel that they are investing in a dependable product. Ford also has an opportunity to differentiate itself in the electric vehicle space by focusing on affordability and practicality. While competitors like Tesla dominate the high-end market, Ford can carve out a niche by producing electric vehicles that are accessible to middle-income families. The key will be offering cutting-edge technology without alienating budget-conscious buyers. The road ahead for Ford will be anything but smooth. However, with strategic adjustments and a renewed focus on its strengths, the company has the potential to stage a remarkable comeback. Ford's legacy as a pioneer in the automotive industry is a powerful foundation to build upon, but legacy alone won't be enough. Adaptability, innovation, and a commitment to consumer needs will determine whether Ford thrives in this new era or fades into history. The stakes have never been higher, but one thing is clear: the future of Ford, and possibly the entire automotive industry, is being shaped by the decisions made today. Ford's story is far from over, and the decisions it makes now will shape not just its future, but the entire automotive industry. Will Ford reclaim its legacy as a leader, or will it continue to struggle in this rapidly changing market? The stakes couldn't be higher, and the road ahead is full of challenges. But now, we want to hear from you. Do you think Ford's bold moves will pay off, or is the company heading down the wrong path? Are rising prices and electric vehicle missteps temporary setbacks, or signs of deeper issues? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're at it, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on the latest automotive news.